so much respect for UAPB. We knew that they would come out and expose certain things, and they will have good guard play. Their system, last year, opening day, they were up 11 at TCU, ended up losing a game by 1 point on a 3-point basket made by TCU with a minute left. So we knew we were going to have a fight. I just thought our guys, our depth, we did it by committee. You know, it's the fortunate part of having unselfishness in your program. I think this season we'll have multiple guys lead us, but more importantly, in different categories. To have Aiden Shaw use his athleticism and show up in a stat sheet with 5 blocks, 7 defensive rebounds, 9 overall. That's the challenge that I've been fighting with him for the entire offseason. He knows if he don't rebound, he don't play. Now, the catch is this. He played well. Jesus' minutes went down, but I couldn't even get Mabor Jacques in because of what that presented. And I think you'll have different guys play, different guys not play. We're going to need Mabor Jacques for this season to be able to win, and I publicly apologize to him. He needs to play, and I just wasn't able to find minutes for him just because of other success. These two on my right and left played tremendous basketball, led us in different categories, but more importantly, we had a positive assist to turnover ratio. We ended up shooting close to 90% from the free throw line, and we were above 30% from the three. What was it, total 40% for the game? That's tremendous stats and great job from our guys.
All right, questions?
Coach, what were some of your key takeaways after getting to see this team in action for the first time?
Well, my key takeaway is that our fans was here. That's my key takeaway. On a Monday night, we had over 11,000 here. We're gonna need them to show up this Friday. It's gonna be a tremendous atmosphere. We have a couple tickets left to sell, so I hope our fans are listening. We need them. We need them here to pack Mizzou Arena and be able to help us no different than they did last year to a tough opponent that's coming in. And we just want to go out and play our very best. So I wanted to just shout out our fans. Sorry about that, but what's the question again?
Just what were some of your takeaways getting to see this new group getting to play together for the first time in regular season?
I thought we fouled too much. They shot over 30 free throws, and they were fouls 90 feet away from the basket that we were defending. So not having backcourt fouls is a takeaway, because if we minimize those easy free throws, we may be able to minimize the rhythm that we allowed them to get into. The other thing was we did a better job in the second half contesting a three-pointer. I thought 5 threes in the first we gave up. We only gave up 3 in the second. But again, the rim protection that we were provided from Aiden Shaw, Jordan Butler, also being able to get in there and change some shots, Trent Pierce. Those are key takeaways, and I just think we're going to continue to learn. The experience of our younger core is going to increase, but we got to be led early by our veterans and our experience, and hopefully once we get into a January, February, we have different guys through experience learn what they need to do.
Sean and Tamar, some of the guys said before the season that having so many guys in practice allows you guys to go really hard and play fast, because there's always, you know, somebody to fill in. How's that translate to a game when you have such a deep roster?
I would just say it translates to a game from a standpoint of we can sub in the game and play as hard as possible, and if you get tired, you go sit down, and we just always got fresh legs out there. So that's what we see in practice, and it translates to the game, and that's what the coaches preach, and they always tell us that our depth is one of our biggest strengths. So in knowing that, we just know we're going to max out every time we check in the game.
Coach, after losing so many pieces of the electric offense from last year, your team came out and scored the 3rd most points ever scored in a game at Missouri under your coaching. What do you think that means for your team this run around?
Well, this is the 4th time in the season opener that a Mizzou team has scored 100 points. I think that's a tremendous stat. I think we want to be able to put pressure on both sides of the basketball. We just got to be a little bit more smart about it. We gave up a late 15-2 run, that I don't think was good, and that's because I had in a rotation that I probably shouldn't have played. Again, it's one of those things where you're learning your team and your team is learning you, but they're learning what the speed of Division I basketball. This is not a high major, low major, mid-major statement. It's the speed of high major or a speed of low major, speed of mid-major. The game changes from one level to the next. Different conferences, being in the Big Ten, we play a little bit different, I think, and Tamar is getting used to that. I'm just proud that he came out and went 3 for 3. But being able to respond to the adversity, respond to runs, not panic, not point fingers, is essential to our growth, but also is essential to our development as a team. I want to continue to get better game by game, week by week, day by day. Practices allow us to do that. And our competition, internal competition, in a healthy way, does not have envy, does not have jealousy. It has absolute support. The best man will get the job. The best man will play. So I just want you to know that maybe you guys need to keep up with who subs in and the lineups and different things, because I think we have a great personality in our program where guys are going to always give their very best.
Sean, Coach mentioned leaning on the returners in this game. What was kind of the mindset for that group, trying to help out some of the newcomers?
Which group?
The returning group.
He's been on us about that from, since June, even really since March Madness was over last year, like that we was gonna have to, build this culture up with the new guys that was coming in. He was gonna recruit good guys, and we was gonna have to, just along with the staff, just come in and, push the culture on everybody and push everything. So that's just what we've been going hard at pretty much for about, 6 months now.
Dennis, what did you see when the offense started to flow through Sean, Nick, and Noah, like kind of the guys you mentioned on Friday as the core guys?
They've earned the right through their experience to be key starters. Our team revolves around those three, but they are so unselfish that they'll take a step back and allow someone else to be able to lead. They'll always find the hot hand, even if it's not theirs. They'll always try to make the extra pass. They'll always try to be so unselfish that I have to yell at them under my breath and tell them to shoot the ball or something like that. I thought Nick missed layup is an indicator of that, because he's looking to throw the lob at someone. That's why he missed the layup. He was looking, trying to figure out, but not looking at the target. So it's just a sign that these guys have the right mindset, we have the right environment, and we have the right culture so far that I think can continue to move us. The challenge, like all challenges that arrive, is can we be consistent in our unselfishness? That'll be the biggest challenge that I think we'll have when it comes down to, will they get too fatigued to cheer for someone else when it's not their turn? Will they be complacent with thinking that they're the starters and not bring it in practice? I think that ultimately is where we have to continue to understand player development for our young guys is essential, but also making sure these guys are giving their very best.
Coach, Nick had 14 shots tonight. You've talked about wanting him to be more selfish. Is that kind of what you're looking for out of him? Yeah,
I mean, that's what I want. And he has to be able to knock down some open shots that I thought he missed, but still 4 for 10 is 40%. So I'm excited that he shot 10 threes. And that's a little bit outside of his personality for you all, but it's what my demands are. We're a better team with him shooting 10 threes. Now, will he shoot 10 next game? I don't know, but I don't want him to take his foot off the gas at all. I want him to continue to be aggressive.
Tamar, I think there was a period at the end of the first half there where you had 10 straight points and you did kind of a little bit of everything, just
and a dunk.
3-pointer, yeah.
That was cold.
Can you walk us through, just on your debut and your first game for the team, what it's like to have a little mini run like that?
Coach always emphasizes guys that come off the bench being a spark, and I just felt a sense in that point in the game where they were getting a lot of free throws, we were fouling a lot, the game was getting a lot closer. I just took advantage of my matchups, and my teammates got me the ball when I was open, but I let the game come to me, and that's what me and Coach Gates have been talking about for the past week. leading up to this game. So I just, it was just the right time, like in that moment, for me to attack and be aggressive.
Could you describe the way you played today and why it worked so well for you today?
Just reiterate what I just said. Really just let the game come to me. I didn't force it. I made the right plays. I was unselfish when I needed to be. Sean got on me when I got the ball in like the middle third, when it was like 5 seconds left, and I skipped it to Noah, and he was saying, "Go attack." I'm like, I got you. Like he got on me. I could have went at him and got another bucket, but I was just letting the game come to me. I didn't want to try and do too much. I saw an open guy hit him, so it was really just being patient and like I said, letting the game come to me.
I'll add to that specifically. He started to play how he played in high school with his instincts. When he's played with his instincts and he's not thinking, he's at his best. And I didn't see him think. I didn't see him hesitate. I didn't see him pause. I didn't see him do anything but instinctively read the game and play aggressive on his toes, not his heels. He took the shots that were there and he passed it when it wasn't. He drove when he needed to and did not second guess any movement offensively or defensively, and that's when he's at his best.
Sean, I don't think you had missed a shot until your very last shot. How much of an emphasis was your shot in the offseason? I mean, how much time did you put in since the end of last year on that part of your game?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a self-call on that shot. For one, I should have attacked, but also if I was gonna shoot, I should have stuck the landing. That's what Coach Gates is mad at me about. He's probably looking at me right now, but I mean, it's just. I mean, I've put a lot of work in my shot from over the past 2 years, really my whole life. But I mean, it was just going well tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna stay in the gym and try to keep it up.
Sean, there was a noticeable physicality on a handful of your drives to the basket tonight. Was that an emphasis over the offseason to be more physical on attacks to the basket? And how would you say that opens you up on the offensive end?
I just think it's over the course of 2 years, just being in the weight room with Coach Sean and Coach CY is always adamant about white mush, hold the line. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but just straight line drives and being physical. This is a tough league with the SEC, but it just college basketball in general. So just trying to be physical and create easy lanes or a spray for somebody else.
Dennis, of this new group, just kind of how would you evaluate the pace of play that they played with tonight, as well as the ball movement?
To watch the film and analytically see where our transition value rate was or our shot selection was not. I thought to have 17 assists on 36 baskets, that's not what I want. I want 20 plus assists on 36 baskets. And when you have that type of assist to turnover ratio, that means that ball is moving up the court, and you're not having a high time of possession as a player. I want our time of possession to be low. Therefore, our shot selection will become better because guys are shooting more threes, catch and shoot. And that last one, that Sean shot, was off the dribble. So I would rather him toss that back to Caleb Grill, and Caleb Grill hit him back for a 2 versus 1, and then he shoots a catch and shoot 3. But ultimately, he made the first one in the first half, which was a tremendous shot. I just want our guys to understand that 36 baskets and 17 assists is not a good ratio for us. It's not. So I have things that I'll look at and I'll probably nitpick. At least they'll say that, because ultimately last time Sean wants us to lead with a little more positivity and not just show what we didn't do right, and I'll do that. But also I'll come right back to the things that I think we can get better at.
One final question.
Dennis, personnel-wise, first of all, is John Tonje healthy at this point? And second, can you shed any more light on Connor's situation beyond the statement?
Yeah, I think Connor, it's a NCAA thing. I don't think there was an adjustment from the NCAA with all kids who went through COVID. Because they gave an extra year, that means there will be more guys attempting to become pros. So therefore, when you're a senior, you have invite to Portsmouth. But now that's when your eligibility is up. So the rule didn't change to accommodate the double seniors. Connor Vanover will be a senior twice, obviously. So I don't think that adjustment happened, and sometimes we made rules for COVID, but we didn't adjust everything else that was going to be a byproduct of it. And that's where we tried to help them understand. In addition, there was a coaching change in his program, and maybe he was just trying to make decisions on his own, not really sure, or getting the proper feedback from maybe coaches to GMs or anything else. And just like any kid, you want them to pursue a future in basketball, and that allowed him, Portsmouth allowed him to go, and that's because he was a senior. He chose to use his eligibility. It's no different than anybody else, so it's unfortunate. Yeah, John Tonje, he's been practicing. He's been practicing full speed. He went through walkthrough today. I'm excited with what he brings to our team. It's another dynamic. I think you all will continue to be impressed with the depth. You thought we were deep today. Well, we didn't play two guys with elite experience. One 7'5" kid, and then another 6'6" kid. So for us, we have tremendous depth, and I'm excited about the future. My job is to put our team in the best situation. We don't pour cold water on wins. This is a great win against a great team. That team will beat a team that many don't think they would beat. But my hat's off to our guys, our preparation from the staff, and our level of focus.
Thanks, guys.